to read another story with Aunt Rachel. And today we are going to read Boo Stew. I even have my witch hat on to read together. Boo Stew. Now there were always scares in Toadstuck Swamp. But Curly Locks here, she didn't pay him much mind. The scares kept to themselves. They only woke up at night, and the most annoying thing about 'em was their hootin' and hollerin'. The only thing Curly Locks truly cared about was cooking. But sadly, all the town folks ran the other way when she offered them bat-wing brownies, cat-haired cupcakes, or toad-eyed toffees. It was disappointing, but her mama just said, "Do what your heart loves." Well, her heart loved to cook. One night, Curly Locks left out a pan of lizard skin lasagna cooling on the windowsill. When she returned, the dish had been licked clean. She peered out into Toadstuck. Somebody out there likes my cooking. Well, the next morning, the mayor was singing to himself as he sat down to breakfast with an itty-bitty scare, opened the window, and plopped right onto the middle of his pancakes. It wagged its hairy little head. "Gitchy goo! Gitchy gone! Gitchy goo! Gitchy gone!" Look, it scared the mayor. And the mayor tore out of his house like a streak of blue light and nearly ran over the blacksmith. Whoa there, Mr. Mayor. What's got you so shook?" There's an itty-bitty scare sitting in the middle of my pancakes." "Well, one of them critters is doing out in daylight," the blacksmith asked. "Who cares?" The mayor trembled. I just want it out of my kitchen." The blacksmith laughed. "I'll knock that itty-bitty scare into next Tuesday." "I wouldn't go in there if I was you," whispered the mayor. "Well, you ain't me." The blacksmith stuck out his chest and strutted into the house. The itty-bitty scare was sitting in the middle of a big old mess on the mayor's table. The blacksmith was getting ready to snatch up the little critter when he felt a tapping on his shoulder. "Gitchy boo! Gitchy bon! Gitchy goo! Gitchy gone!" And the blacksmith cut out of that house and ran smack dab into the kitchen rancher. "What y'all making a fuss over a little scare?" asked the chicken rancher. "Because it's in my kitchen," snapped the mayor. "Two scares," stammered the blacksmith. The second's bigger than the first." "Bah," said the chicken rancher. "All they ever do is hoot and holler. Don't you fret none. I'll handle it." "Well, I wouldn't go in there if I was you," said the blacksmith. "Well, you ain't me." And the chicken wrangler lifted his head and swaggered into the mayor's house. Lickety-split, that chicken rancher snatched up the itty-bitty scare by the top of its head and lassoed the bigger scare with his rope. "You scares don't scare me," he roared. Then the house started a-shaking, and the rancher's knees, they started a-quaking. Thump, thump, whomp, thump, thump, whomp. "Gitchy boo! Gitchy bon! Gitchy goo! Gitchy gone!" Chicken rancher and his chicken running out of that house all scared. The chicken rancher flew out of that house. "There's 3 of them! Well, the last one's huge!" Stories about the scare spread all over town like a kerosene fire. And Curly Locks was heading into town when she saw folks running through the street. "Where are y'all going?" she yelled. "The scares are wrecking the mayor's home," the dressmaker hollered back. Curly Locks remembered the lizard skin lasagna that was licked clean from her windowsill. She thought. "I wonder if anyone's cooked for them. I bet go over right away." A frightful din was coming over the mayor's house when Curly Locks arrived. "Easy there, little lady," the mayor called. "There's 3 scares in there," the blacksmith added. "I hear 'em," Curly Locks replied. "I'm gonna make 'em something to eat." "Well, bless your heart," said the innkeeper. "That don't sound like a good idea." "Maybe it is," exclaimed the bartender. Her cooking could drive anything away." Well, Curly Locks walked up the front steps. "I wouldn't go in there if I was you," yelled the chicken rancher. "Well, you ain't me." And with that, Curly Locks clutched her basket, squared her shoulders, and marched into the house. The door shut behind her, and the scares had gone quiet. Curly Locks peeked into the kitchen. It was a frightful mess. She put her big-bellied pot on the pot-belly stove, took out possum grease and toadstool, and set to work. And then suddenly, the cabinet door burst open, and an itty-bitty scare jumped out. "Gitchy boo! Gitchy bon! Gitchy goo! Gitchy gone!" Curly Locks didn't bat an eye. "I'll go if you like, but if I do, you'll never get a taste of my famous boo stew." "Boo stew? Ooh!" The itty-bitty scare sat down at the table and banged its bowl of soup together. "Ah," said Curly Locks. "First we clean the table, and then we wash our hands." Curly Locks was adding powdered beetle and lizard spit into the pot when she felt a tapping on her shoulder. "Gitchy boo! Gitchy bon! Gitchy goo! Gitchy gone!" Curly Locks stiffened, and she didn't let it on that she was startled. "I'll go if you like, but if I do, you'll never get a taste of my famous boo stew." "Boo stew? Ooh!" The middling scare clapped its scaly hands. "Clean the floor first," said Curly Locks, "then set the table." Curly Locks added moose ear broth, toenail clippings, and gnat juice. They were cleaning the house. And then we got a thump, thump, womp, thump, thump, womp. The biggest, thumpiest, and wompiest scare came a-gnashing his scare teeth, waggling his scare claws, and clomping his scare feet. "Gitchy gaboo! Gitchy bon! Gitchy goo! Gitchy gone!" Now Curly Locks gripped her spoon so tight that it nearly snapped in two. "I'll go if you like, but if I do, you'll never get a taste of my famous boo stew." "Boo stew? Ooh!" That big scare licked its jowls in anticipation. "Clean the ceiling, please." By the time the kitchen was put right, the stew was piping hot and ready to eat. Curly Locks took a taste and smiled. "I hope y'all are hungry, 'cause this might just be the best batch of boo stew this side of the Mississippi." And those scares were ate until they were awfully full as ticks in summer heat. They licked their fingers, they licked their toes, they licked each other's toes. They're eating it all up. Curly Locks didn't mind their scary manners. Why, she'd never seen a single soul enjoy her cooking so. Now carry yourselves back to Toadstool Swamp, cooed Curly Locks, and I'll make boo stew and a lot of other things for you and for your friends every night. Some say that was the finest deal ever struck in those parts. The Scares got themselves heaps of delicious food, and with their bellies full, they didn't spend all night hooting and hollering. The townsfolk got plenty of sleep, now that Toadstuck was quiet. The mayor finally got a fine tale to tell all those years to come. And Curly Locks? Well, she got loads of hearty eaters who all appreciated her cooking. And that is the best thing ever. Well, thank you for listening to the story with me, Miss Olive. And remember, you are loved and you are cared for. Happy Halloween and have a great day. Bye.